Hello, my name is Aaliyah, and today I'm going to be drawing Hatsune Miku. Why? Because I just thought it would be fun to draw her. So as you can see at the back, I'm done with the sketch, and now I moved on to the liner. And as you see, I'm drawing the body, the torso, whatever you want to call it, and drawing the pose I decided to make. I decided to make this pose because it fit with the idea that I had. And now I was moving on to the hands and started to draw the fingers. Cook's fingers, actually. And then I struggled to find the right layer to erase this one singular line. See, technically at this part, I was adjusting and I couldn't actually decide whether or not if I wanted to draw another pose or a different image. But I just decided to stay with this one because I liked it better than all the other ones that I thought about drawing, actually. This part, I moved on to the hair. You see the hair. And I started drawing the lovely bangs and pigtails. Struggled with the pigtails a lot. Very much. Not for that long, technically, but I did struggle with them a little bit. And then I started drawing the eyeballs, the eyes, whatever. Okay. And then at this part, see, I moved on to the facial features since I draw all my features on different layers. Then after that, I moved on to the clothes and started drawing her outfit. Was a little confusing how her outfit went at first because she was sitting, but eventually I did get it. And I started drawing all her little accessories later on because I draw all my accessories on different layers. Makes it easier that way. The reason I draw all my accessories or items or facial features on different layers is because when you're drawing harder characters with more accessories, it makes it easier to separate the accessories from the clothes. So that way when you're cleaning up the sketch, you don't accidentally erase an accessory or a piece of the outfit or whatever while you're trying to clean it up. It makes it easier, at least for me anyways. But you see on sketchbook, you can't do that. You just kind of draw everything together on the sketchbook with the sketchbook on the sketchbook. I'm not a professional sketchbook artist, but I know I just scribble everything into my sketchbook and say, yeah, that looks good. Just leave that there. See, now I was just fixing up some of the things on the picture itself and thickening up my line art because I make my line art extra thick and healthy and all that kind of stuff, and just fixing up and erasing and cleaning the sketch itself and fixing the pigtails that I had problems with that I brought up earlier. Probably spent an hour fixing those pigtails. And now I was adding the accessories. Had a little trouble with her headphone ponytail band things, whatever they're called, but I finally got it. And then I added the rest of the accessories that are on her character and had to change a few things because I realized I added them in the wrong spot. And yeah. At this part, I was adding some hair detail because I always add this, this little hair detail, give my hair a little more detail because it's just shapes and blobs sometimes. I draw my hair real simple. Then I was adding some extra detail to her face because I always add this to all the characters that I draw. Adding the other little bits of her accessories and cleaning up the sketch. Or the liner, I mean, actually. Fixing up the pigtails again. I was erasing some stuff and cleaning up the liner. And then I was sticking the lines, adding some thick parts to my liner because I always do that, like in the hair, on the side, clothes, and overall just fixing anything that needs to be fixed and adding anything that needs to be added before I decided to color it. Yeah. So at this part, I decided to add the base colors and add her colors in. I actually miscolored her shirt and didn't realize it a little bit later, but I fixed it. Yeah. So I'm just coloring everything in, coloring all the other little lines so there's no those little pesky white dots that all of us artists suffer through where you color and there's pesky dots on your coloring. So when I colored the eyebrows, I always colored them darker because, well, my eyebrows phase through the hair, which is kind of funny. So I always color eyebrows darker than the hair so people can see the eyebrows. Actually, at this part, you can see me fix up the color of her shirt, which I miscolored earlier. But as you see, I'm fixing it. And now I'm coloring everything else in. I don't think I forgot to color anything else, but I probably did because I wasn't paying attention. It was late. I'm pretty sure I drew this. It was like very late at night sometime. Then I'm just adding the extra details to her accessories. This little line that's on her headphones. So now I was adding the shading, but I actually couldn't decide on what to add. I was gonna go with this at first, but you'll later see that I didn't like it and I changed it to something else that I think looked way better than the first one that I had. You know, they always say never go with your first idea, you know, go with the 1,000th. There you see now I just slapped a giant shadow over it and I'm changing the shading. Like I mentioned, I changed it earlier. And I changed it to this up view lighting, which I think was better. Because, you know, it gives it that mysterious vibe, you know. Mysterious robot and Vocaloid Miku vibe. You know, very mysterious. And yeah, just erasing the big blob and doing that. Didn't actually add any lighting, I just erased the shadow and it looks like lighting, but it's not actually there. I think I do add something later, but I don't think so. So as you can see now, I'm actually changing the color of the shadows because I didn't like the red, and I decided to keep a white background also. The red just didn't fit, you know, but the blue looks better, calmer, more, yes, fine. So I decided to go with the blue shadows instead. Funnily enough, they actually backed me out of my own drawing. I was scared. I thought it was going to get deleted. I was mad at the same time too. I had to fix or re-add everything that I just added 5 seconds ago. Bro, I was scared. I was like, that's it. It's over. My drawing is gone. Never to be seen in daylight again. I have to redraw everything, the pose, the line art, the shading, the accessories, everything. Because it's not the first time that my app's done this. It literally has once deleted my entire image. It's like it says, oh, we're backing up your image, and then it deletes everything. Literally, it just deletes the whole image. Hey, look at that. You guys made it to the end of the video. I hope you guys like my drawing of Hatsune Miku. I had a lot of fun making it. See you next time. Bye. Just gotta say hello. Hello.